Okay.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. Welcome to Technology Days at ICF. We are so excited to present Tom Teague, who's going to show us Kajabi. And he's got a really packed presentation, so I'm not going to belabor the time. I'm just going to hand it over to Lori Banks, who is going to introduce Tom.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I do have something. Sorry. Just organized in my thinking today. For those of you, as we go through the presentation, because Tom has a lot to cover, what we're going to ask you to do is put your questions in chat and instead of interrupting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on chat, and then Tom's going to pause a few times and I'll be reading him the questions from chat. Okay, so now over to Lori.
Well, it is my honor to introduce Tom Teague. He is a PhD who has spent more than 30 years in corporate world leading large development teams for companies like Exxon and NASA. So he really knows his stuff. He then became a consultant and a coach, online business coach, and has learned from the best minds in the digital marketing space and online technology space. So people like Brendan Burchard and just tons of people. So he's taken his experience from the past in a corporate world and also learning from all these different teachers and combine them into his approach and methodologies, which is just wonderful. He's very active in the coaching community. He started off as Vice President of Communications for the San Diego Professional Coaches Alliance, and then became the President and Vice President of Technology for that chapter, and that's what he's doing currently. As many coaches do, that chapter had started off with with one type of a solution that solved one problem, and then they added on different types of technologies to solve different solutions. So they ended up having several things that they needed to manage the integration points. So what Tom did is researched everything that was out there in the industry and came up with Kajabi as a solution for them, and replaced that system, those disparate systems, with one simple solution. So he has also written a book called Online Business Success. So he used his COVID time to be highly productive, and he'll tell us more about that. He runs courses and classes and labs, hands-on labs for the product. I've actually taken one of his classes, week-long class on Agile development. And I think that's important regardless of what software platform that you go with, because it is a methodology that allows you to get up and running very quickly and then just keep on adding pieces as you can. And I feel like I really love that we are doing this technology month and seeing all the different solutions, because everybody's needs and wants and visions and budget and their client staff, it's all different. Their clients and their staff, it's all different. So I just also think about the client experience too, because you don't want the client to log on to this software system and then log on to this portal to do this and then log on to this portal to do that. And with Kajabi, you do have like a one-stop shop with it. I just want to say that Tom is a great resource and a great person to know, and I consider him a friend. So back to you.
Thank you, Lori. Well, the subject of technology can cause your heart to race a little bit. If you're like most coaches I know, it's like, oh, I don't know, this seems too complicated. And I don't know, it made me feel nervous about it. So what I'd like to do is just take a minute and take a deep breath and ground. And just imagine what your life is going to be like when you have your online business all set up and running, and it's generating lots of new leads and customers for you, new clients, your coaching business. Your website looks great. You have a way to have people start getting to know you, even if you've never met them in person. That's what an online business can do for you when you have a great online business. So I'd like to just connect with that vision for a minute. And just if you would, just take a minute and write in the chat. This will help me, but it also help you just to say, why am I here today? What inspired me to come? What do I want to learn? What do I want to know about Kajabi? What can I do? What can I learn that'll help me in my business? So if you just take a minute and just write a few things like that into chat, I'd appreciate it. Nahid says, I want to streamline my business so that it's more efficient, provides more value. It's great. Pam says, looking for one virtual platform. Laurie says, I want to learn more. Sorry, chat says, I want to learn more. Laurie has spoken highly of Kajabi. Sharon says, one of my top Clifton strengths is learner, so I love the opportunity to organize my business on one platform. Nanor says, how the tech features could create ease and accountability for my clients. Thank you. All right, so what I'd like to do is take a minute and tell you a little bit more introduction about me and mostly why I'm here, why I'm passionate about Kajabi as a great platform for coaches to use. So with that, I'll just go ahead and share my screen. And just let me know if everybody's seeing that okay. All right, excellent. So what I want to do is share a little bit about what inspired me to come today. And by the way, I just want to express appreciation for the opportunity to be here and to have this conversation with you here today. I've really enjoyed working with Laurie, and I love the opportunity to meet more of you from Orange County. And by the way, we're relatively neighbors. I live in Oceanside, so it's only about a few minutes up the road. As I consider Orange County not that much further away than San Diego. It's just which way do I turn on the freeway? So anyway, I'm happy to be here with you. And a little bit more about me. I'm a chemical engineer. By training, that's what my PhD is in. I spent 30 plus years managing software systems development, mostly at Exxon, and a little bit, several years also supporting the NASA community. And then more recently, I did some consulting with the Federal Trade Commission. So I learned a little bit about real estate data while I was doing that. I'm also an author. This is actually what inspired me to get into online, understanding online business. Is I wrote a book about, so it's about 7 years ago now. And it's really about it has nothing to do with software development. It's about self-awareness and personal development. And then I realized I had really no idea how to tell people about it. So that's when I first got introduced to Brendan Burchard. And as one of Brendan's students, I became a certified high performance coach. So I know how to be a coach in Brendan Burchard's program, but again, I really had no idea how to attract clients. So as Laurie said, I'll just amplify a little bit. I spent thousands, actually tens of thousands of dollars in what I now call internet marketing grad school. So I studied with all these people, a lot of fairly big names in the internet marketing space. Brendan, Frank Kern, Jeff Walker, a bunch of them that you see here. And I not only studied and took their online training, I went to their live workshops and interacted with them and with their communities. And when I got home from these various seminars, this is what I found. I don't know if you've struggled with this, but when I started looking at all the choices and options there were to create online business, it really was overwhelming. And look, I'm someone with a technical background. I built software systems, so most coaches I know don't have that background. And so I know this can be overwhelming. So that was me. And what it felt like to me was I have this great big 500-piece puzzle with no box top picture. It's like, okay, I'll just try this, try that, to see if I can piece some things together. And why I'm here today is I don't want other people to experience that. I want to transform online overwhelm into online business success for coaches and also for authors and speakers. So I work with coaches, authors, and speakers to get out of overwhelm, stop the wheel spinning, save time, money, and frustration, and use a proven systematic method that works. And this method is something that I built based on my software development experience, because I had an aha about 3 years ago in my thinking that building an online business, it's a lot like building a custom software system, because every business is unique. The clients are unique, the offers are unique. And so it really is like building a custom software system. And then I realized that's something I had done in my career for 30 years. And I could create a methodology and a systematic approach that people could use. So I wrote this second book, Online Business Success for Thought Leaders, and it describes this step-by-step way of going around building your online business. So the first step is to clarify business strategy. And I highlighted the word blue, the strategy in blue, because you're going to see the other parts of the book are about selecting the systems that will support the strategy, creating online assets that are aligned to the strategy, and sprinting to success, which is the way software development teams build software systems. It's in small incremental projects, and I'll talk to that. But that's basically the implementation for the strategy. But the whole thing is driven by strategy. So before we dive into the details of Kajabi, I want to teach something that, in my experience, it's really a foundational concept to get to understand, which is what's your strategy. So that's why the agenda is organized the way it is today. I'm going to talk first about clarifying business strategy, then how you could, the implementation strategy, how you can build your online business step by step. And then I'm going to show why Kajabi is a good platform for building that online business using the strategy that you've come up with. So first part in my book, clarifying business strategy. And as I say, it really is the prerequisite for building online systems successfully. One reason I say that is because software development teams get into trouble sometimes if they don't have a real clear understanding of why they're building it, what business processes they're trying to support. So it's like you can waste a lot of time implementing systems, but if you weren't clear on your strategy to begin with, then you spend a lot of time on things that may not matter for your strategy. So I want to just go back up, and I want to share my own experience. It's like I was coming from corporate. I really did not know what it was like to build a business. I built software systems, but I didn't really know a business. So if you look at any business, there are two major functions: attracting clients, which is the marketing and sales function, and serving clients, which is the product and service delivery. Now, as a coach, and I've talked to a lot of coaches, I think we all love this part, which is serving and helping other people. And we're skilled. We know how to do this. We got our coaching certification from wherever we got it. And we're skilled both from our coaching certifications and from our career and life experiences. But we may not be as strong when it comes to marketing and sales. And I know for me, that certainly was not something I had any exposure to really in my career. And I might find myself that I don't really have the skills and confidence in that area as strongly as I do in my coaching. So thinking about a business and these two basic functions, there really are three activities. One is marketing conversations. And basically the marketing function is meeting people to identify leads. And then for qualified leads, or actually talking to leads, sales is the process of converting qualified leads into customers. And to support all that, we need to publish free content, both for our marketing and for our sales. And then the last thing is our purchase content, the purchase product and service delivery. And this is what we deliver to our customers. And I point out in this chart that I've broken out online and offline because there's a mix. We do some things in person, what I call offline marketing and sales, and certainly offline coaching service delivery. But there's an online piece too. So that's what we're mostly going to focus on today. But I wanted to set a little context, is that this is the traditional way of doing marketing and sales, which is writing and publishing a book, speaking, doing podcast interviews. A lot of us do live event networking, like coming to meetings like these and following up with people. And then of course, referrals. And then for sales, quite honestly, these are quite often, these are just conversations. We call them different things: discovery sessions, coffee meetings, strategy sessions, coaching, and then enrollment sessions, sales, which is a sales call. And today we're going to talk about online marketing and how they can support this offline marketing and sales. So these are things like social media, blog posts, having online free offers, participating in say online summits or giveaways, and then leading people into sales funnels, launches, and webinars. You may have heard some of these terms for online marketing. And of course, selling things like online courses or other online paid offers. This is kind of, I had a business coach, Alex Moscow, who I'll credit him with this drawing. He says marketing is like driving the golf ball off the tee, and then sales is like having the conversations to move people into to close the sale. So I thought that was a pretty interesting visual. I wanted to share that too. So this is the basic business problem: is we have clients over on the left who say they need help and they're looking for help. And the coach is over on the right saying, yes, I can help you, trust me. But the question is, how can you meet people and build a relationship so that they know, like, and trust you? And the basic coaching and basically the high, I would just say coaching and consulting is an example of a high price service. So the clients, if they don't know you, they're kind of saying, I don't know you that well. How much did you say that's going to be? And you're, as the coach, is saying, look, I can really help you. I've got this great coaching package, but it's, it's going to be several $1,000s. And the question is, can you bridge that know, like, and trust gap with a 60-minute phone call? Or even, can you even get people to spend 60 minutes because people are busy? So this is a traditional way of doing coaching sales, but there's needs to be a better way to build that relationship. So I put together this chart to kind of show how to bridge the gap. So we have this big gap, and one way we can start getting, at least helping people get to know us, is by publishing free content. So we can do that on various social media platforms, and we can set up a website and a blog, and we can also do not only blogs, but we can do video blogs and we can do podcasts. But when you think about this style of marketing, people may know about you through general awareness, but you don't really know them yet. You don't know who they are. So that's where online marketing comes in, is you can offer on your website, you can offer them something for free in exchange for their email. And the way this is set up, it's really just web pages and with a form on it so that you can get their name and email. Once you've captured their email, you store it in a contact database. And then you have the opportunity to send them not only the free offer, but then you can follow up with nurturing emails to help build the relationship. And these nurturing emails, again, you're giving things away, but they're starting to get to know you. And one of the things you can do in this on these free sequences is you can give away free video training. So people can start getting to know you, through video. So again, these are things you can do to help people start getting to know you. And then you've also got their email, so you have the opportunity to engage with them. At some point, you're going to want to have them purchase something, because there is a gap between people who are consuming free information and people who are saying to themselves, I'm ready to spend a little money, to invest some time. You've given me enough free content. I like you. I trust you enough to give you my credit card and purchase a low dollar offer. So low dollar offer examples of these are books, free video, or a paid video series, paid challenges or live events, or you can even do like mini courses online. And typical price point for low dollar offers is like $1 to $297. So, and typically they're even less than 100, so it's like, it's a way for people to start getting to know you, and it's really low risk for them. It's not too much money, and in general, not too much time either. Then for some people, not everybody, some people are going to want to say, I like what you gave me here in this book or this mini course that you gave me. I'm really interested in the next level up. Tell me more. I want to learn more about what you have. So you can teach online courses, you can have subscription programs, you can do live events, both virtual and in person. But in order to sell this high dollar event, you're probably not going to sell that online. So the way to get around that is to bonus in a discovery call. It's part of these offers. You can say, I'll spend some one-on-one time with you, to be sure that you've gotten the value out of these offers. And you can have a real conversation with them to say, would one-on-one coaching be useful for you? Or maybe if it's a consultant, if you're a consultant, it's consulting services, or it could be group coaching or masterminds. But all of these offers tend to be higher dollar, and it's really hard to sell those directly online. And so you're still going to want to have that offline one-on-one conversation to sell these higher dollar items. Now, what I've done, just to kind of show you an example, I'm not pitching anything, but I want to show you my own online business success customer journey strategy. So this is my current strategy. I have 3 free offers. And by the way, I provided a handout that you'll get after this meeting. But basically, it has this free PDF. It's 5 steps to accelerate your online success. In that PDF, there's a link to a free video that you can watch that tells it's a more lengthy conversation around selecting systems and my story around that. And then toward the end, I'm going to talk about a free Kajabi Kickstart bonus package. Kajabi is running a special right now. And so if you're interested in purchasing Kajabi, I'm not here to sell Kajabi, but if you are interested in Kajabi, I'm offering a bonus. It's a free bonus package to go with it. So my low level offer is my book. And if you come to my website, you can go to Amazon and get it for $20. But if you come to my website, you can get it for $7.95. That covers the shipping and handling. And then I also have an online bonus course to go with that. And then the next level up on the low price offer is I have some additional training, online training, and some live coaching. So this is group coaching twice a month. It's a $97 a month subscription. The next thing up is I offer implementation coaching. So this is real. One of the things about learning software is I learned this in my corporate experience. It's really helpful if people can walk you through and teach you how to do things in the context of solving real problems. So I offer an implementation group coaching lab for $1,000 for 3 months, or if I have a year-long program, which is a 12 pay of $297 a month. And then my high dollar offer is I'll actually build your website for you. And basically it will be everything, includes everything, but the price is a little higher because I'm spending my personal time building your website. And I also include monthly one-on-one coaching. And I forgot to mention the one-on-one coaching with the medium price offer. So you can see it goes all the way from free to build your website for you. And it kind of depends on what people want. And the thing is, for your coaching business, is you're going to have your high price coaching package. My challenge to you, and this is something to do after the webinar today, is to go back and say, what can I pull out of my coaching program that I can offer for less money and less time investment? And I would encourage you to pick 2 price points in between to give people a way to get to know you one step at a time. And by the way, the bonus calls are down here on these low price offers. So you can invite people to these higher price offers on the strategy call. All right, so I'm going to pause here and say I have a free gift for you today. If you will type book and your email address in the chat window, I will email a PDF copy of my book for you for free, my compliments, and I will enter you in a drawing so that one person will win 3 months of my next level up 3 months of coaching package. It also includes additional training. So again, and for people who may be watching the video, I would just say, send me an email, and actually I'm just gonna, while I'm here, I'm just gonna copy and paste my contact information real quick over into the chat. So that way you can reach out to me and I will send you a free PDF. Okay. Now what I want to do is go briefly into selecting platforms. And you already know that I recommend Kajabi, and we're going to talk about that. But I wanted to point out the relationship to the customer journey, because a lot of people, I was this way too, a lot of people just say, well, start with a website, start with WordPress, start with Wix, get going that way. The thing is in order to sort of support this sort of a customer journey, those website only sort of solutions doesn't quite do the trick. You're going to need something to do online marketing. You're going to need another thing to process payments. And you're going to need another package to deliver. If you have any online content, then you would need, you would need a membership site, the way to deliver, say, recorded content. So you need all these things. And I just want to say that the customer journey strategy, if you're going to implement a strategy like that, it's more than a website. You need these other pieces of your online platform. And real briefly, I'm not going to talk through this in detail. If you want to watch the detail, you can watch that stream on but this was a major mess, So I started off and yeah, okay, you can get started just, offline, and you can say, take your payments with PayPal. Then you say, well, I can do stuff with social media. That's free. It doesn't cost me any money. And then you can say, well, okay, I have a website. It's not too expensive. I can do that. But again, it's not fulfilling any of these other functions. So say, well, I want to sell an online course. So there's a bunch of different options for that. And I need to do online marketing. Remember, we talked about the need to do that. Well, that actually you need both a landing page builder and an email system. And there are a bunch of choices for that. And then I started looking at, isn't there a way to integrate all these things? Because it's really complicated to do it, by yourself. And, a lot of people are recommending Infusionsoft or Entreport. Thinkific is an example of a membership site that also will take money for you. Then there's ClickFunnels and Kartra. Both of these are really geared towards online marketing and taking money. And they have a little bit of an add-on. I would say ClickFunnels membership site is pretty basic. Kartra's is a little better. But, and I'm faced with, how do I put the puzzle together? And for me, I like Kajabi because none of these standalone solutions still solve the website problem. So I like Kajabi, or I was attracted to Kajabi because it covered the entire waterfront. And it even helps you manage reminder emails and things for virtual live and recorded events. So that's, in a nutshell, a quick pass through my journey, but I'll just say, I found this journey actually took me 2 or 3 years to figure this out. And about 4 years ago, I finally found Kajabi. So let me talk about, before I go into the details on Kajabi, I want to give you one last thing, which is how do I implement? And the way to implement your online business is not to try to do it all at once. That's when you fall into overwhelm. This is where building your online business, like building a custom software system, really makes sense. So basically, these are the agile development. There's software development is done typically these days with what's called an agile development process. And there's some basic principles, which is plan your system for your long-term business needs. In other words, think out there, about 1 or 2 years from where you currently are, and imagine what your business is going to be like at that point. And then plan your system with a long-term vision in mind. But you don't have to build it all at once. You can build your system incrementally up from the inside out. That's kind of what these concentric target looks, and I'll explain what these are as an example. And then each version functions and accomplishes a specific purpose, and it's aligned to a specific business goal. So for example, I recommend in my book, start off with a live event and take money for it. So set up the live event itself, then set up the ability to take a payment for it. And that's really all you need to do. And what happens there is then the system will then send reminders to show up. And this is the quickest way to make money with an online business, is with a live event. Then you might decide, well, actually, I'll just pause there. You can actually sell this live event with one-on-one conversations offline. You don't really need anything online other than the ability to take the credit card payment. So the next thing is you might want to have a little sales page to kind of go with your live event. So you're going to want to create a landing page to do that. And then in order to get people to that landing page, and to start building your email list, you might want to give something away. So, having a free opt-in and having what's called a lead magnet, it's like a free PDF or even a free video that people can watch. That allows you to collect their email and start building your list. So you can do this offline sales with your own personal content, with people you already know. This is a way to start attracting people that you don't know. Then the next thing to do is to set up a simple funnel. One simple funnel would be to your live event. Another one might be to create, let's say you created a live workshop, and say it's 2 or 3 hours long, you could actually record that and make an online course out of it. So you could sell an online course. Then once you've got this back end in place and you're making sales, that's the time to really focus on driving traffic and what's called content marketing, using your blog and your social media posts. And then the last thing to do, well, it's not the last thing, but it's other things you can do in terms of content marketing, is to set up marketing campaigns. So things like webinars or launches or summits or giveaways. These are all things that are kind of wrapped around the back end that you've built up over time. And the point is like, it might take you several months, to build all those, but you're making money all the way as soon as you have a live offer, making sales offline, and then gradually add to that with online. So in my book, the last part of the book, I laid out 10 sprints. So that live class, if you don't have a website already, then there's another project to build your core website. The core website is the home page and about page and the contact page. Very simple. And then of course you can build that out over time as well. The lead magnet, sprint 4 is a simple sales funnel, 5 is the online product. So some of these we were just talking about, so they're kind of paralleling what I just said. And then the last ones that are not on that previous chart were social media, search engine optimization, spending a lot of time doing your marketing in your Facebook groups or your LinkedIn groups. Another step to take is to meet people who are joint venture partners, and they can work with you. You can start working with people to share your contact list and promote each other. And then the last thing to do is online advertising. So it makes no sense to pay for advertising unless you have offers and marketing campaigns that work and are proven to make money, because you got to generate enough money to pay for the advertising. But anyway, so that's the right order to do things. And when you're building things, the tendency is to want to build things in the same order as people experience it. So I'll start with social media and then my website, and then I'll build my online marketing, and then I'll sell a product, and then I'll deliver so the tendency is to think the way the customer experiences it. But when you're building it, and the way we build software systems is you build it from the right to the left. You start with the thing that people are ultimately going to purchase, and then you work your way back. So this is, Laurie's seen this diagram before, I think. This is like all the customer journeys on one sheet of paper. I have one colleague called, this is a spaghetti map, okay? So, but I want to show you how the incremental building, you can take this really complex system and you can build it up one piece at a time. So let's just start with a blank sheet and say, where's the place to start? The place to start is with offline sales, and you have an online calendar, maybe where people can schedule appointments with you. And during you're making the sale, you're having the sales conversation in a Zoom call or a telephone call. And then you can take people to accept their payment, like for your live event or your coaching program. You can create offer pages. And like I said, live events and coaching programs. And then later on, things like online courses or subscriptions. But the point is, you can start off simple. You just do all your sales offline. And the only thing you're doing online is taking money. The next thing to do is to build your website. So like I said, the about page, the contact page, your business page, which could be your homepage to start with. And then you might want to add a blog, and eventually you'll be adding those free offers. So these lead magnet opt-in offers will be right here, and you'll have your email nurturing sequences. Eventually, these will lead into marketing campaigns like funnels, launches, and webinars. And all these can lead to sales pages, which then lead to the offer page. Then the last thing to do is to build your affiliate marketing capability. So it's a really complex thing, but you can build it up a little bit at a time. I just wanted to show this chart as a reinforcement for why Kajabi is a good choice. I know somebody who builds their business using this, and they're one of the top names. I'm not going to mention who they are, but basically they use WordPress for their website. They use ClickFunnels for their marketing and sales pages, and they use Infusionsoft for their affiliate and their email marketing. And they use Thinkific, or some people, actually this person I'm thinking about uses Kajabi, but they just use it for their online courses. But Thinkific is a reasonable choice for. Anyway, it's 4 systems. You can kind of see it's a bit of a mess. I've also added these offline systems. These are ones I use for offline activities. But the nice thing about Kajabi is you can do all of those things on this map with Kajabi, except for the offline stuff. So I have a couple of other systems I use for offline customer relationship management. But again, it reinforces why Kajabi is a good choice. So finally, we're coming to Kajabi. So this is where I guess I should just pause and say, are there any questions at this point? Kind of blasted through a lot of material quickly. Any questions? Okay, not hearing any. All right, so let's go into what Kajabi can offer. So Kajabi can offer you, again, I built these, I put it in these 4 categories, you know, public content, online marketing, sales, and purchase content. So Kajabi has a lot of capabilities for public content. And this includes website, blogs, video blogs, podcasts, newsletters, and video hosting. One reason I highlight video hosting is because it shows up, you know, other places too. But this is something that Kajabi includes. It's not, they don't necessarily tout it, but it's a really convenient and nice feature. Anyway, so I'm going to show you, you know, public content. This is one of my clients, Diane Halfman. And I just wanted to show you the sort of web page, you know, website you can build. It has really nice looking. It has animations. You can have, she has 3 different ways. She's a consultant, speaker, and a podcaster. You can go listen to her podcast. And so I wanted to just show you the podcasts. Okay, so like, so here, and it's actually, you can do either audio or video. She does a video podcast. So this is where the embedded video is really nice.
Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Live Your Spa Life Show.
So the point is you can build your blog with videos right in your website. And see if there's anything else. Okay, so let's talk about online marketing. Okay, so there's a whole lot of online marketing capabilities. As I mentioned in that overview, you need landing pages, and you also need email capabilities, and you need a contact database. And then you need to build things, the ability to build sequences. Kajabi calls them pipelines, and a lot of people call them funnels. But they're basically sequences of web pages and emails, all these marketing campaigns. And they're supported by automations, so when the user does something, the system will automatically respond by doing other things. So to show you that, I'm just going to, first of all, just kind of preview my own website, just so you can see the inside of what we're looking at. So, so here's an example. It's a pretty simple website. You notice you can have embedded videos if you want to as part of your website. Here's my free guide that I talked about before. You just click on the button, it brings up an opt-in page, and I'll just go ahead and put myself in here. And by the way, I always recommend that you have this little miniature agreement on your opt-in pages to help you comply with spam laws. So when I subscribe to this, it'll take me now to a thank you page, and it just lets me download it. And so there's the guide, and this is the thing that I have in my my attachment, the file that you'll get after this meeting. So this is just a little 5-page, this summarizes a few of the things that I've said in this talk for reference as that diagram. And it also talks about left to right and right to left. So it kind of reinforces what we've been talking about today. And it also has a link to get my book. So that's an example of a lead magnet. And in order to see what that looks like inside, well, first of all, the homepage is right here. Kajabi has 3 kinds of pages, the website pages, the landing pages, and the pipeline pages. So I'm just going to show you, actually, that I've set that particular one up as a pipeline. But so let me just show you this real quick, what it's like to edit something on a Kajabi page, the way it works. So for example, if I wanted to let's say, I'll go scroll down a little bit. Let's say I wanted to edit this marketing text. I click over here on the right, and then the edit part shows up over here on the left. So I can change, let's see if I can change a word to make it live. Successful strategies save you time, effort, and money. So I can just click save. And you can see it changes right there for you. You can always preview the page. So, so you can actually double check. Another thing is let's go back into that pipeline. So the pipeline you can get to from from the pages here, but you can also get to it through the marketing. So on the marketing pipelines, this particular one accelerates your online business success, free download. I set up as a pipeline. And so this shows you the funnel. It's basically an opt-in page, a thank you page, and an email. And it also has a form. So it'll show you what the form looks like. If you want to edit the form, you can click on this and go edit it, and it shows you the pipeline over on the left, and then I can edit the form, right there. Or I can switch over and edit the email. So So that's the email sequence, and then I can get in and edit the email. This is what the email editor looks like. It's just a regular rich text editor, so it's pretty easy to use. It's familiar. So and if I want to edit the pipeline page, like if I wanted to adjust the text on this, again, it's the sort of thing where I click on it here, and then the place to edit it is over on the right. So yeah, I can edit the content right here. So you can see the editing is really easy to use. And let's go back and see what else we were going to look at. Live events, so this is something that is not in every system, but Kajabi lets you handle live events. So let me get back to, yeah, I'm going to leave. So it's also under the marketing section. So first of all, you notice over here on the left, it's the same kind of categories that we've been talking about. So this is your public website. The products is the purchase content. And then these are the marketing and sales sections. And the marketing section has a thing called events, so, basically here's my my lab event that I have for my lab. And basically allows me to send out reminder emails a day before. It has the Zoom information 2 hours before, and then we're starting. So it's a way to send out reminder emails. Let's see what else. Yeah, okay, I think that's probably all to show here. Although I'll just say in passing the Kajabi, I'll just show you briefly the contact database. That's the people. So the people, basically you can set up, you can tag people, and then you can set them up in special groups, So for example, I had my book launch team, and I was launching my book. Out of my 600 or so contacts, I had about 45 people who helped me with my book launch. What that allows me to do is send email just to this group of people, not to my whole list. So, okay, let's move on to online sales. Okay, so coming back on the inside for sales, basically you can set up what Kajabi calls offers. So here's my free book offer. Show you the inside of what that looks like. Again, basically it's like you're giving something for a price. So I'm giving a book, and I'm also including this online course as a bonus. And then this is where automations come in. So I'll send them and automatically send them an email, and I can tag them. Okay, and I can also send notifications to myself, and also I can edit the checkout page. So most of the pages are under website pages. This page is under, I'd like to go with the sales page. So that's what the sales page is like. Go back to offers. Okay, so that we've covered checkout pages. You can also have coupons. And then the last thing is purchase content. So I'm going to jump back over to products, which is the purchase content, and show you that course. Basically, you can set up online courses. It's a lot like publishing blog articles, but they're organized in an outline. Okay, so basically, I'm going to collapse these to just show you there's two pieces to this outline. So and then you can work on individual posts. These are called posts. So if I preview the end user look of that, this is basically a quick introduction to my book. And also I included a set of podcast interviews. So, and this Kajabi lets you has an audio player too. I'll just show you that real quick. So, actually I made this one a video. So sorry about that. Go back to the top, and I just wanted to show you what you can do. basically you can have a video instruction. You can also have written down instructions, and you can also have downloads, so in this case, I had some exercises that people can download and print them out and do them. So, oops, I just stopped to share when I meant to sorry about that. How's everybody doing?
We have a few questions, Tom. One was, does Kajabi have co-hosting capabilities?
Co-hosting?
Hosting. web
Oh,
hosting.
host. What do you mean by hosting?
Pam, I assume you mean web hosting, right?
Yeah, it does web hosting and video hosting, and all the pages that you're seeing. That's all. Kajabi does all of that. You don't even have to, like buy a website host. You might buy a domain name, but you don't need to buy website hosting from a website provider. Kajabi lets you build your website. Okay, let me.
Tom, on the course offerings, does it have stuff capable, like, for example, can you not see one course until you've completed the prior course, that kind of thing? Can you set those kinds of things in?
Well, you can set up what's called drip content delivery. So you can basically space things out over several weeks. I would say it's not like one course is dependent on another course. There really isn't a ability to do that. But yeah, that's something I guess you would just handle with emails. But or you can make the course. If you want to sell a course bundle, I think you can make it so that you could choose when the bundle would be available. But that would be a manual process, not automated.
Got it. And then another question that's coming up is, can you show us the coaching model? Anything about the new coaching module that Kajabi's working on?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that right now. And let me get back to share screen. That's what I meant. That's why I wanted to show coaching is new, and I don't have anything inside of Kajabi to show you, but I can tell you what's coming. It's going to be an online product, just like that online course that I showed you. It'll be a coaching program where you can lay out multiple sessions in your program, and then you can individually manage each session with individual clients. What that means is you can set up specific session agendas, and you can also set up templates, to copy. But the point is you can customize this agenda for each client. The coaches and the clients can both take notes right in the system, and they'll be able to see the notes. So depending on how you like to do coaching, you might want to take private notes and then just post the public notes later after the session. That's just me talking about the way I like to do that. You also can have resources like worksheets and other downloaded files that you can provide for each session. And they're also going to integrate a calendar appointment system. They initially said they were going to integrate with systems like Acuity and Calendly. So, but they shared, and I'm not sure what the time frame with this is. Long term, they just want to integrate the calendar capability as part of Kajabi. But to get started, they're going to use existing calendar systems. Then the other things that go with coaching is you can have online products, of course, that go with your coaching program. Things like resource libraries or training programs that you want to have. You can also do, if you do group coaching, you can record the group coaching sessions and have the recordings available. Kajabi has a feature called assessments, so you can do things like track progress using assessments. And you can also provide a private coaching community. Like if you have a group coaching program and you don't want to do it on Facebook for whatever reason, Kajabi will support a private community for you. Okay, the other thing that people requested that I talk about was third-party integrations. So the first thing is for online payments. It's integrated with Stripe and PayPal. For email, if you're already using one of these systems, you can hook it up directly with Kajabi and integrate that. There's also different analytics. There's a resource called Segments. There's Google Analytics, and of course, Facebook Pixels are used for Facebook advertising and Facebook groups. And then for anything that you don't see here, Zapier can probably interface to it. This is a general purpose, send data from system A to system B. So any system that you don't have here, like if you get a contact form on, let's say you have a Kajabi opt-in form and you're using a different email system, you can use Zapier to send the email contact information over to your other email system and automate it from there. And the other thing that they've done is ClickFunnels. A lot of marketing consultants like to use ClickFunnels. So if they're doing done for you funnel pages or landing pages, you can integrate those ClickFunnels pages with, say, Kajabi products, for example. So those are the kinds of integrations you can do. Also, people want to know what's Kajabi like from a customer experience viewpoint. From my standpoint, it's both easy to use and comprehensive. It is, in my opinion, the best example of an all-in-one capability product. It's the setup process is fairly simple. There are a few things to do in the settings. It takes about 20 minutes. Probably the biggest part of that is setting up the payment integration with Stripe or PayPal. The learning curve, it's like, it really depends on several factors. You can start doing simple things in a few days. Projects can take either weeks or months, depending on what you're trying to do. And this is just my personal experience. I find it much easier to use than WordPress. It's fairly similar in ease of use to Wix, but it has many more capabilities than just a website, like landing pages, for example. So I think you can build a really nice website in Kajabi, and it's easy enough to do. It's as easy as other website building tools. I've used both Kartra and ClickFunnels. In my opinion, the user interface is more intuitive and easier to use than either of those two tools. Not to disrespect these. I mean, these are good tools. I'm just saying, from an ease of use standpoint, I think Kajabi is easier. And just a little plug for my implementation coaching. I've had numerous people tell me it goes much faster with the coaching. Online support. So Kajabi does have very extensive online support resources. They have live training sessions pretty much every business day. They have live online chat. They have an online help system with video tutorials. They have several Kajabi guides and a few basic training courses. And they have an online community of over 26,000 users. Just a word about enhancements. I've been a Kajabi customer for 4 years now. They have added an unbelievable number of new features over 4 years and no extra cost. And they just haven't. And where they are now is they're basically doing 8-week development cycles, and they push out these new features and enhancements every 2 months. My opinion, as someone who used to build software systems, it's a very robust system architecture, and they do a really good job with their automated quality assurance. What I'm saying by that is, I've used it for 4 years. I've hardly ever seen it break, where it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It happens sometimes, but it's pretty rare. If you're curious about uptime, this link will give you. You can check it anytime. It's basically 99.5% plus over the past 2 years. In terms of company information, they've been around for 11 years now, 250 employees. They support global customers. They're number 102 in the Inc. 5000 California regionals. They were named as the best place to work in 2020. Financial profile. The Kajabi customer base is generating $1.5 billion in sales revenue. They had 427% growth in the past 2 years, and they recently raised $550 million in private equity, and their company is valued at $2 billion. So Kajabi is a substantial company. And I will say, having run the equivalent of a small software company inside of Exxon in my career, they run a good company. They're very, and I wanted to say, their company values are they're very customer focused. They're always looking for ways to improve based on customer feedback. And every time I've tried their customer support, it generally it's competent and they're friendly and helpful. And some entrepreneurs who use this include Brendan Burchard, Charlene Johnson, Amy Porterfield, and James Wedmore. So the last thing I was just going to mention real quick is these are the prices for Kajabi. The base price is $149 a month for the basic plan or $199 for the growth plan. You can save money if you go for the annual plan, which is $1428 or $1908. And really what's amazing to me is that Kajabi, I've never seen them do this. They're offering right now a special for 3 months for only $99. I kind of view it as it's a 90-day trial for $99, you know, but you really get a chance to use it for 3 months. And I want to offer some free bonuses. So I won't earn any money from this. Other than I am a full disclosure, I'm a Kajabi partner. So I would get a commission at no cost to you if you decide to license it. But I want to mention the 3 bonuses that you get, and these are free. So you'll get all of my book formats, Kindle, paperback, audiobook. You'll get these 3 online training courses. And this is the one that Laurie took, the Accelerate Your Online Success 5-day workshop. And then I'll offer a free month of live coaching. So that'll include a one-on-one strategy session. And then twice per month, I do the strategy coaching, and 6 times per month, the hands-on implementation coaching. And of these, I think this is the most valuable because you'll leave that after 30 days, you'll have some basic hands-on skills. So with that, any
No,
other,
I
I know
think,
we're
yeah,
at
I think we're out of time, but you know, if for those of you that are still here, for those of you that need to leave, go ahead and leave. For those of you that are still here and can stay for 5 more minutes. Are there any questions that you have for Tom? One thing I had is the user experience when they come on. Can you have that branded to your brand?
Oh, yeah, like all the Kajabi sites that I showed you, they're all white labeled. If you get the basic, like there is a difference. So if you get the basic plan for $149 a month, they have the little powered by Kajabi at the bottom. But
Oh,
if you get the growth plan at $199 a month, you can take that powered by Kajabi off the footer.
When your client logs in to get your video content, that's all branded. That can all be branded to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So for all they know, they're going to your website for the most
Well,
part.
no, they are definitely going to your website. Like I said, they might see that powered by Kajabi at the bottom, but in terms of the site itself, it's yours. You know, you're interacting with it.
I have one other client question. Sorry, guys, I'm dominating the questions here, but do they have a mobile?
Yeah, I forgot to point that out on the features that for your online products, and this would include the coaching program because it'll be a product. There's a mobile app that's included with your Kajabi license. So basically, all of your online product content can be delivered with an app.
Excellent. Karen, you had some great things in the chat. Do you want to say anything out loud?
Just appreciation for ICF again. You guys always deliver. And Tom, I mean, the background you have and the way that you have taken a lot of spaghetti and made it into linguine in a nice linear path for this brain is really appreciated. And I'll be calling. So
Great.
that's all I have to say.
Anybody else have a question for Tom before we close? All right. Well, Tom, this has been wonderful. I want to thank you so much for being with us today. I also appreciate your way of explaining it. It just made everything so clear. And, you know, that is so helpful. So I really appreciate the beginning part of the presentation as well. as the demonstration of the software. So thank you so much. All right, everyone, thanks for staying on a few minutes later so that we can see the whole thing, and appreciate all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for the opportunity and good luck, everybody.